welcome back to Say Mojo Homestead. I'm Cass. This is Jeremy. We have a lot to do today, so we wanted to just give you a quick update of what we're doing right now. I am currently replacing tomatoes and peppers. Some of our peppers that we overwintered didn't quite make it. We did have some nights that it hit in the 20s and a limb fell on one of the windows that we're using to cover our cold frames. So they got a little bit chilly. So we have to replace a couple of those, but I'm really excited about how many made it. So I am replacing 2 or 3 peppers right now, and I'm replacing some of our tomato plants that didn't make it through the manure debacle. So,
yeah, we did. We talked about that in last week's video, so go check that out if you missed it.
Yeah, but thankfully we started so many tomato plants, 144 to be exact.
Wow.
We have plenty to replace them with. So it's always good to start more, and then you have that in case something happens.
Yeah. So we have a homesteader meetup thing that we're going to this afternoon. No, this is not another homesteader meetup. This video was actually recorded Saturday morning with the anticipation of putting it into the weekend video. But there were so many good interviews that we had that we did not want to use up any more time. So instead, we took all of those clips and we're using it for our midweek. So we have been out here this morning just trying to knock out morning chores, cut grass, garden stuff, all of that. If you are coming over from one of those other channels, welcome. We're so glad that you are here. And if you are not familiar with any of those channels, but you've been watching us, be sure to go check those out. There's a lot of really good content coming out of South Carolina. As always, give this video a like if you like it, and subscribe if you have not already. That is an easy way to help us out. Yeah. And also comment. We love your comments. Love interacting with you guys. It keeps us in touch and just helps to build that community, which we are really big on. So let's go check out some updates. We got a lot of food that is starting to grow. We're kind of to that period now where you can tell what has been pollinated and is taking and is going to ripen up. So I want to show you guys that before we head out of here.
Super exciting.
So it's still a little bit too early to tell on the apples, but it does appear that we do have lots of apples that will continue to hang on and develop and ripen. Check out this little baby right here. Right there, tiny little apple. Hopefully it will continue to hang on. So we got a lot of other things out here in the orchard as well. We have pears, won't necessarily show you that. What I'm really excited about are the peaches, because if you remember, they had to go through that cold that we got, that really late cold, right as the flowers were coming on. But check these guys out. We got one right there. There's another one behind it. So we got a couple on this tree. Our other tree has a lot more. This is the one that's kind of struggling and just not really doing well overall. But that's okay. It continues to give us peaches. It's just not a very pretty shaped tree. And then our pomegranate is loaded in flowers, but I have not noticed any pomegranates on it yet. I don't think we've had female flowers popping out on this. If I remember correctly, the pomegranates do have male flowers and female flowers. I will correct that on here if I'm wrong on that, but we do have a lot of flowers, so that's a good sign. We've got a lot more flowers than we had last year. So blackberry vines always do so good, but we have a huge crop this year. Check out all these flowers and little blackberries starting to form. So another month and a half, we'll be out here every single day picking blackberries, trying to keep up with them. This is one thing that is super easy. We have talked about it in other videos. These were wild blackberries that we have just sort of cultivated out here because, I mean, if nature's giving them to you, then why go buy them? Yeah, we got to deal with the thorns and stuff like that, but for a free plant that is already adapted to our area and does just fine and gives us lots of blackberries, I can put up with that.
Hey guys, so I'm digging up these tomatoes to basically the way I'm replacing this soil, the way I'm dealing with the issue with the fertilizer is we are just digging up the plant and removing that rabbit manure so that we can put fresh dirt in there. And then we're just using an organic fertilizer that we got from the store for right now. We are finding new hay sources, so we will be able to use the rabbit manure in the future. But for right now, I wanted to take a break pulling up these tomatoes and show you what we've been talking about when it comes to our deep tomato planting. We've been telling you to plant them deep because all the little hairs become roots and add added strength and nutrients and water to the plant that's growing. And I wanted to show you what it looks like when you pull it up and all those little hairs have become roots. So do you see, like, this is where the original root balls in our little pot before we planted it, and then we planted it deep. And do you see how high those roots go? They've just grown from that plant all the way up to where we planted it. That is why you want to plant your tomatoes deep, so they can grow extra roots, grow strong, and have that added stability and support for the plant in the future.
Our grapes are looking fantastic. So we should have another really good crop on these things this year. We are loaded with little flower buds, and even some of them, the ones that get sun earlier in the day, they started producing all of this about 2 weeks ahead of the others. And those already have little baby grapes forming in the clumps. And so, yeah, we have food, guys. This is all food, and I am super excited about all of this. And the last thing I want to show you real quick are our somewhat controversial food that we grow out here, only because we've had so many people tell us, oh yeah, you can't do those in ground, and that's our citrus. So I'm gonna head on over here and show you the orange tree. All right, so this Mandarin orange tree is absolutely loaded this year. We got a couple off of them the first year they were in the ground, but this is the first year that we have really had like a big crop, and it was loaded in flowers, but I was really curious to see if it would actually produce. But it is. These are the best examples on the tree right now, the easiest ones to see. And they have definitely taken hold. They were pollinated successfully. And then just, I mean, this thing's loaded inside of here with all of these oranges. Now we will thin these out because it's just too many for this little tree to try to support. But overall, it looks like most of them will take. There are a couple that I'm seeing are already turning, like this guy right here. If you can see, it's not that really dark green. That just means that it wasn't pollinated successfully and is not gonna take. But this thing does have several on there that should be viable fruit, which equals food. This just makes me so excited to see all of our crops doing so well this year so far. And hopefully they'll continue to do well and won't have anything happen to them. I mean, this is just like grocery store in your backyard right here, and that's just exciting. It's exciting. I like thinking about it that way because it's a free grocery store. We don't really have to go buy any of this stuff, and it's providing for our family, which is why we do this. So really excited. You guys can probably hear my son over there playing. Hey Joe. Enjoying his big sandbox over there. But anyway, I'm gonna turn this thing off. We gotta finish up our chores before we head out for the day.
So that is all we have for you for this video. I have to say, there is just something so rewarding about growing food on your land. I just cannot express how much joy and satisfaction comes from producing something that can feed our family. So if you have not tried growing your own food yet, it doesn't have to be a big endeavor. It doesn't have to be enough to stock your pantry for a year, but just go try something. Try growing something to feed your family. It is so rewarding. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week and be blessed.